A former Badger was one of 3 NFL players suspended indefinitely today after being accused of violating the league's gambling policy. The NFL said the Detroit Lions' Badger Cephus was suspended at least through the end of the coming season. The statement did not cite specific allegations, but did state players are barred from engaging in any form of gambling in any club or league facility or venue. Cephus will be allowed to petition for reinstatement at the end of the year.